Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day out there in Topic Time Nation. We have a great show tonight. We're going north of the border to near Ontario, Canada. I have another incredible musician. He's going to perform live for us. But of course, before we get to him, got to read these incredible underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So we have Bulldog Sports Cards in Middleborough. We have the Cornerstone Barbershop in Pembroke. We have New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We have Pell's Driving School in Middleborough, setting up classes for April and June. Got to check the website for that. We have Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We have Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We have Carver Jewelers, Ronald Carver Jewelers, Ronald R. and Lily Delano Goldsmiths right here in the building. We have good old Dave's Automotive up the road here on Route 58 in Hanson. We have Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We have Crazy Axe's Rec Center in Hanover. We have Giorgio's House of Pizza right down the road here on Route 58 in Carver. We have the Auto Shop in Hanover, thanks Master Mechanic Ed Rooney. We have the Gunrunner LLC, the Second Amendment Freedom Store in Middleborough. We have Countertops Express in North Attleboro, experts in the removal and the installation of quartz and granite. And we have DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists in Abington. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now on that note, I'll introduce Mr. Wolf Milestone. He was referred to me by, I believe, Caden, the manager of Eric Diamond, who's in Los Alamos, New Mexico, who I had on a couple of weeks ago, great musical guest. And from what I understand, you're a great musical guest too, and you're going to perform something about halfway through the show. So how you doing? Thanks for doing my show today, sir.
I'm very honored to be here, Harrison.
Okay. Well, tell me a little about now. When I first set this interview up with you, you said you were going to Nashville. Now, do you do something on a Nashville radio station every week? Is that how that works?
Yes, and we do it live. Like, I don't have to go to Nashville.
No, I know. I figured that now. I didn't know you were in Canada when you told me that. Okay.
So they have a weekly show every Thursday, and I'm one of their special guests.
Cool. When you say they, who do you mean by they? What station I guess it's a country and western station?
NRBN from Nashville. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Got it. NRBN. All right. Now they're an FM station, right?
Yes, they are.
Oh, awesome. Okay, boy, that's got to be sweet. How long have you had that gig for?
3.5 years now.
Sweet. Awesome for you. Okay. Well, tell me, now what I do with every guest is I try to profile them, find out what they was like as kids and how they got to be where they're at. Tell me about your childhood. Where did you grow up and how did it get you into what you're at now? You kind of look like Willie Nelson, man. I'm telling you. You must get that a lot.
I do a lot, yeah.
You must be on the road again a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, you heard he got hit by a car the other day, eh?
What's that?
Willie Nelson got hit by a car the other day.
He did? How's he doing?
He was playing on the road again.
Oh, yeah. Ha! Oh, all right. You got a comedic side. Gotta love that. Okay. All right. Well, as long as he's okay, that's what matters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, tell me about yourself. Tell me about where you grew up and how it got you into what you're doing now. We'll take it little by little. And then like I said, about 10 minutes into the show, my tech guy's going to let me know that that's how long we've gone and you're going to perform a couple of times. But talk about your childhood and how it got you into that first. So let's go with that for the moment.
Well, you betcha. So as a young child, years ago, my mother used to play the piano, and she was the one that taught me how to listen to scales and do harmony lines and stuff like that. And she always had the radio going on and playing the piano because at that time when we were small, we had no TV. So my mom played the piano, and that's how I started singing. And my mom said, "You have a good voice." So she taught me the skills about harmony. And it's stuck with me all my life, and I can't thank her enough. And then from there, I sang choir at my school, my junior school and stuff. And then I also sang in the choir at church, which was another really good experience. And it really helped me along the way just to get comfortable and have some confidence.
Okay. Well, first of all, did you grow up in Canada? You certainly have that dialect.
Yes, I did. Yes, okay. Yes, I have.
Okay, and so we're in the neighborhood that you're in now, kind of near in that vicinity.
No, we were up north of here for about an hour and a half north, and never came to a city till I was 7 years old.
Okay, interesting. All right, did you do anything else besides music? Did you play sports? Did you Did you do art of any kind, the arts and crafts, stuff like that? Any other, and just checking to make sure that we cover everything.
Yes. Okay. Well, outside of music, I was an avid hockey player. I
Hey,
went as I went as far as junior B hockey, which was the next level to junior A, then the NHL.
Wow.
And then, yeah, then I raced stock cars for a lot of years. The first year I raced stock cars, I got Rookie of the Year award, which was very honorable. And yeah, and of course, years ago I rode my motorcycle, but then my back started to get sore, so I gave up on my motorcycle.
Okay. Well, now you said you didn't have a TV. Is that because they weren't invented yet, or because you just didn't have one because you couldn't afford it, or what? I have to ask. I mean,
Well, again, I was like I say, I was at that time I was between the ages of 2 and 7, so I have no idea.
okay, I understand. Okay, I understand. All right. So when did you start playing music? I mean, your mother taught you when you were a kid, I assume, right? How old were you when your mother taught you these chords, and how old were you when you discovered you had the the bellows that you needed to perform the voice?
I was in grade 6,
Okay.
singing at church choir, or sorry, school choir, and the conductor said, you should reach out and go out and see if you can audition somewhere because you have such a lovely voice.
Okay.
And I said, well, I really appreciate that, but I don't know if I could ever do that. At that time I was only in grade 6. So,
Right.
but then, and then in grade 6, one of my friends had a guitar, and I said, "Can you teach me some chords?" And he taught me some chords, and I thought, "Hey, this is not bad." So I asked my parents, to help me get a guitar, which they did, and I just tore that apart. Because I wanted to learn everything about the guitar and everything that I could possibly get done.
Okay. So did you guys form a band at all, or a tandem, a musical tandem, or a duo?
Well, a few years later, when we were like 12 and 13, we did a little garage band, and that was the first time we actually orchestrated a band. That was pretty cool.
I'm sure it was. How many in the band?
At that time, there was 4 of us.
Wow. Okay. Do you still keep in touch with your friend, those 3 other guys, and do you still continue to play music with them ever, or any of them?
No. We all went different ways, back then, and then. But I've always pursued it. I've always wanted to sing every day, shower, driving my car, whatever. I always sing.
Okay. So once you passed, elementary school into middle school, how did you take it to the next level with that? Did you go to any talent shows or any, or did you?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did, Harrison. Yeah, we did. And we were 16 years old. And then after a couple of years of practicing in a garage, we accumulated some really good songs. Like they were all cover tunes naturally, but they were really well polished. And we entered this battle of the bands at 16 years of age, and we won it.
Cool.
Like we didn't win like any big prizes or anything, but we won the contest. And the good thing about it, our parents and grandparents were all there, and it was a good experience. And then somebody said, you guys should really try and stick together and be the new Beatles. And we were going, oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. The new Beatles. All right. Well, how far did you take it after that? What did you guys? I mean, Battle of the Bands. I assume this was probably. I mean, if you were 16, you couldn't go. You probably couldn't get into a bar yet because you were too young.
No.
So, Where did you do these battles of the bands?
It was at a church.
Oh, everything was church. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I wish everything happens for a reason, and obviously, your religion is no pun intended, a blessing. Obviously,
it has been. Yes.
Okay. Do you still choir in the church now too?
Not as much as I would like to. With everything that's going on nowadays, and I do a lot of jamborees now on Sundays at different locations, and it's such a high demand. And my band, we've been together now over 8 years, and we have a very good sound, and we're doing very well right now.
Okay, but these guys. Well, how many in your current band? That's not the same as when you were younger.
No. I've changed different personnel over the years, but the band I have now is really good, and 4 singers and 4-part harmony.
Okay, cool. Just sing. I mean, are you the only one that plays an instrument in among these guys, or with your guitar, or what? Does anyone else play anything, or just you?
Yeah, no, we're all very talented. We all play different instruments, from guitars to drums, piano to mandolin and fiddle and harmonicas. Yeah, we're very talented.
So tell me about, how did you get the Nashville gig? How'd that come to pass?
Well, over the years, I went down myself because I couldn't afford to take the band down, and I was invited down on a few occasions through Buster Dawes. He had a jamboree in Nashville, and then Charlie Ray. He was also another big promoter down in Nashville, and they caught wind of me through other, word of mouth, and get this guy Wolf down from Canada. He's pretty good. So that's been going on for a few years now, and I have established a good rapport with a lot of people from Nashville and as well as LA.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, but right now I'm going to sit back and let Wolf perform, and let his fingers do the strumming and his voice do the humming. I made that up. That's pretty cute. Go for it, brother.
I could do a song with that one.
Sure.
Well, this particular song here is the song that I wrote. I was driving down the highway. It was heading out west. I just, something happened in life that, things changed, whatever. So while I'm driving down the highway, I had this melody in my head. And then as I'm driving and I'm writing this song, and it was called Where My Truck Stops. And it goes like this. Well, I'm traveling down the highway, I don't know where. No set direction, I just don't care where my truck stops. I'll call home. Where my truck stops. I'll call home.
Wolf, hold up a second. I can't hear. I can hear you singing, but I can hardly hear your guitar. Any chance you can up the volume of that? I don't know if you can or not.
Not really, unless I strum it really hard, I guess.
Strum it really hard. Start again and strum it really hard.
Okay, here we go again. Where my truck stops. Take two.
That's better. Just keep strumming hard as you can.
Well, travel down the highway, you don't know where. No set direction, I just don't care where my truck stops. I'll call home. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. Well, I packed up my life in this old pickup truck. I left behind your memories and my bad luck. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. All right, and the wheels on my truck just keep on rolling. As far as I can, I'll keep on going. The tail lights in my mirror, the white lights up ahead. The wheels on my truck just keep on rolling. Well, a hard driving woman you've always been. You drove me to hell, back again. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. Well, I'm leaving east and I'm heading west. The further from you will be the best. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. Where my truck stops. I'll call home. All right. And the wheels on my truck just keep on rolling. As far as I can, I'll keep on going. The tail lights in my mirror, the white lights up ahead. The wheels on my truck just keep on rolling. Where my truck stops. Where my truck stops. That's it.
That was great. I don't think you need to explain that one. All right, do another one, please, if you would. Another song, please.
Sure.
Name the title and let's roll with it.
Okay, this one's called The Bottle on the Bar.
Okay.
I was we were on stage playing, and when I came off stage, I noticed this guy at the bar. He was sitting there and he looked really depressed. And then I walked over to him. I said, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And he said, "Well, I'm sitting here having a beer because the bottle on the bar is the only friend I have. And I went, hey, I kind of like that hook, man. So with that, I went home that night and I wrote this song. Noisy people all around smoking cigarettes and dope. I ordered myself another round trying to build up some hope. The bottle on the bar was the only friend I had. And if it was ever gone, I'd be rather sad. I've told a lot of times that a bottle wouldn't go dry, but it never did go empty. That bottle on the bar. Yeah, I put in 8 hours a day like most other guys. Drinking coffee on my break spot at work, I was rather shy. The bottle on the bar was the only friend I had. If it was ever gone, I'd be rather sad. I've been told a lot of times that a bottle would go far, but it never did go empty. That bottle is on the bar. With no family or close friends, but with lots of bills I owe. Spending my pay at Charlie's place by this time I was on my way. The bottle on the bar was the only friend I had. If it was ever gone, I'd be rather sad. And I've been told a lot of times that a bottle would go far, but it never did go empty. That bottle on the bar. Ask me another one.
Hey, all right. That was swell. I mean, yeah, your songs are simple and true to form, easy to understand. And obviously, I'm guessing, I mean, based on life experiences, but not, obviously, that second one was not your life experience.
No.
Well, I hope you cheered the guy up with that one. The guy that was, that inspired you.
You know something? He's probably never heard it.
Oh, okay. You didn't. I was thinking maybe you sang it to him.
No. I listened to what he said that night. He said, the bottle on the bar is the only friend I have.
They went home and that's when you wrote it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. And you never saw him again after that, even though he didn't write the song. Wow. I mean, was he a regular? I have to ask, was this a bar that you frequented and a regular watering hole for a lot of people? I'm guessing it was, right?
Well, see, back then, Harrison, I was going from city to city, town to town.
Okay.
And, I would spend a week there, then I go somewhere else for a week. And then, but I had that song in the back of my mind. And I thought that's a great hook. And I really like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of that, tell me about where you have. Did you say you've gone to Nashville? You've played there, right?
Oh yes, different jamborees.
Yeah.
On Printer's Alley, and I sang at Tootsie's. Not professionally though, like a jam session, because everybody gets the opportunity to get there and sing, which I did. But over the years, I went there 7 times, and there were 7 festivals and jamborees, which I was very honored to represent Canada when I went down there.
7's such a lucky number, obviously, and you proved it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I met so many friends, Harrison, from around the world, because people would gather there from, say, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Australia, Sweden, Germany, Japan, and I've always kept in contact with all these people over the years.
Did you say you went to LA as well to perform out there and other places?
No, not to actually perform yet, but I've been invited down several times. But there's about 6 radio stations down there that are playing my music.
Sweet. In LA, he's talking about LA, right?
Oh yeah, big LA, man.
What about here in Boston? What about our way? We've been off to New England.
Right now, there's 5 different stations that are actually playing, and you probably know this one girl. She's with another radio station.
She's a DJ, right?
Yes.
You wouldn't be Ayla Brown by any chance?
No, Danny Perro.
Okay. Well, the reason I asked about Ayla Brown is because Ayla Brown was a guest on my show a few years ago. She's a country and western singer who now has a morning gig at, I think it's one of the Boston country and western stations, but her father was Senator Scott Brown, who was the Trump's ambassador to New Zealand back when he was in office and president, obviously here in Canada. But
Yeah.
she was also an American Idol contestant when she was 16.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it was great to have her on the show. And the night that she did my show, it was like a hot weekend, and she had been it was the 4th of July weekend, and she performed 3 consecutive shows in 3 nights before she came and did my show, and she had still plenty of energy left to do my show, when she was quite knockout as far as music is concerned, and she is.
She's a trooper. She's a trooper.
Yeah, she is. Do you know of her?
I know of her. I've never met her.
Right.
I'm going to look her up now.
Yeah, definitely. Ayla Brown, Brown. Yes, her mother was a channel. Well, in Boston, we have a lot of several news stations, and Channel 5 is one of the big ones, and she was a reporter. And okay, and on that note, we're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, so what I want you to do in the final remaining time is to give shouts out to people that are going to see the show. Just condense them, and then we'll wrap the show up with my snap and the way we began it. So go ahead.
All right. Well, just there's so many people.
Your granddaughter, because we're going to do a picture that you're going to send to her.
Yeah. Okay. There's a Jamboree Festival organization up here in Canada called the Breezeway, and they have an internet TV show, and we're going to be on there again in April to promote the band and promote the summer festivals and concerts that are coming up this summer throughout Southern Ontario.
Okay.
And of course, a big shout out to ISIS Awards company from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I won 2 awards like this, crystals.
Sweet.
For Songwriter of the Year and Band of the Year.
Just curious, what's the name of your band? Do you have a name?
Just a Wolf Milestone Band.
Oh, okay. So I got it. Now I'm glad I didn't even know that until now, but that's great. And
another big shout out. This here's a documentation from the Member of Parliament of Canada.
Wow. Trudeau. Was it Brian Trudeau now or someone else? What's his name? Maroney or something like that. What's his name?
Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau. Okay. I'm
so with this documentation, they also sent me a special prestigious Jubilee diamond pin.
Wow.
That only very few get it, and they sent it to me for my contributions to country music and promoting Canada.
Sweet. Now, by the way, have you ever? I mean, who's another great country and western singer from Canada? Shania Twain. Did you ever perform with her?
I would love to.
I'm sure you would. Yeah. I'm just as soon as you keep thinking Canada, country and western. It's before you. She was the only country and western singer from Canada that I ever knew of.
Yeah, well, she was the one to put Canada back on the map again.
She sure was. She was great. Yeah. She still is.
And before I forget, there's a fellow out in Colville, Washington, out near Seattle.
Okay.
And his name is Bo Haas.
Okay.
And him and I met, about 7 years ago, and we've been doing some duets of the old classic songs. And him and I are doing very well on the charts right now as duet singers.
Okay, on Canada's radio stations, you mean?
Around the world.
Around the world. Okay, got it. Okay, that's awesome. So where do you guys collaborate? He's in Canada too, right?
No, he's in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, he's in Seattle. Okay. So you guys meet up, or do you just do it by Zoom?
Well, we met in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Country Music Awards.
Okay.
Which is the second biggest in the United States.
Right. Okay. Wow. And I assume the first biggest is Nashville, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Of course. Okay. All right. Well, you did a great job with me. You mentioned and so is there anything on the horizon coming up too, in addition to all that you want to mention real quick before we wrap the show up? I just want to make sure we cover everything.
Well, pretty much.
That's fine, but I just want to make absolutely sure that you cover everything that you want to cover.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my biggest dream again is still to get down to the Grand Ole Opry. That's my goal. I'm going. I don't care what it takes. I'm going.
That's in Memphis, right?
No, Nashville.
Well, that's Nashville too. Okay, right. Memphis is just Elvis, which is fine too. But I'm just okay.
And I've been to Memphis. I've been to Graceland.
Graceland. Okay. All right. Well, Wolf, you did a great job with me. Are you ready to wrap the show up the way we began it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, folks, we're going to sign off and roll out. Happy Valentine's Day. See you guys next time for an amazing Topic Time show. And off we go. There we go.